Right now, humanity is running a massive, dangerous experiment. We are acting as the biological bootloader for an intelligence that will quickly surpass our own, effectively writing the code for an uncontrollable superintelligence. When people think of Elon Musk, they usually picture a wealthy business magnate. But he actually spends 80% of his time doing hardcore engineering, designing mechanical and aerospace systems. Whether he's looking at Los Angeles traffic or the threat of an artificial intelligence apocalypse, he approaches these massive problems using a very specific set of mental models to decode reality. Engineering provides a precise framework for problem solving. It offers a way of looking at the world that is required to ensure human survival and design a future worth living in. Take the problem of modern traffic. We live and work in massive, three-dimensional buildings, but at the end of the day, everyone empties out into a flat, two-dimensional transport system. Flying cars face severe physical limitations, like massive energy costs to fight gravity and intense noise from the airflow. The only mathematically viable solution to gridlock is to go down, digging deep, multi-level tunnels into the earth. That same constraint applies to the human brain. We are already heavily connected to our phones and computers, effectively making us cyborgs, but our ability to output information is physically restricted by the speed of our thumbs. To fix this, Musk is developing a tertiary cognition layer. This is a direct, high-bandwidth interface designed to bypass those slow physical movements and connect the brain's cortex directly to artificial intelligence, turning a trickle of thumb-typed data into a broadband pipeline. Whether you're dealing with pouring concrete or expanding human consciousness, the primary rule of progress is the same. You identify the system's absolute bottleneck, and you add a new dimension to bypass it. For over a century, the global economy has relied on a massive, unpriced subsidy. Every time we extract deep Earth carbon and pump it into the atmosphere, we are stealing from the planet's future carbon capacity without paying for the environmental cost. Even if we ignore the climate risk, there is a strict mathematical limit to how much oil, coal, and gas we can mine. Relying on an energy source that is guaranteed to run out is a literal dead end. We have a massive, highly reliable thermonuclear reactor currently floating in the sky, and we can capture its output with solar panels and battery storage to power civilization indefinitely. The required engineering pivot is to look up. But fixing this requires overcoming a massive timeline constraint. There are roughly 2.5 billion legacy vehicles currently driving on Earth. Based on global production rates, it will take at least a 25-year hardware replacement cycle to transition them all to electric power. Relying on finite resources with hidden environmental costs guarantees an eventual systemic collapse. Long-term human survival requires a proactive shift to infinite, sustainable inputs long before the current system completely breaks down. That same proactive engineering has to be applied to the software of the human mind. Social media platforms act as a digital hack on our primitive brains, forcing us into constant, unnatural comparisons with thousands of strangers. This chart illustrates the core equation of human joy. Happiness equals your reality minus your expectations. When people project highly curated, glamorous highlight reels online, it artificially distorts our baseline expectations, creating a massive happiness deficit. These platforms use algorithms designed to maximize limbic resonance. Limbic resonance is a state where the emotional, primitive centers of our brains are highly stimulated, keeping users scrolling while quietly widening that deficit of joy. Protecting your mental peace requires deliberately engineering your digital environment. You have to actively block out the constant stream of curated perfection that artificially lowers your own happiness. Pure, sterile utility cannot be the only goal for a thriving civilization. Technology must be designed to maximize human enjoyment. You see this when engineers program heavy electric vehicles to perform a synchronized ballet to classical music, or when they manufacture and sell completely absurd consumer products, like novelty flamethrowers, simply because it is fun. This brings us to the multiplanetary imperative. The thought of humanity remaining forever confined to a single planet until the sun eventually boils the oceans is a profoundly depressing timeline. Merely surviving doomsday is not an inspiring goal. True engineering actively builds a future that makes humanity excited to wake up in the morning, out there among the stars. We face terrifying realities, from the threat of rogue artificial intelligence to total climate collapse. Yet, if you look at the sheer volume of peaceful daily interactions, the data suggests that the vast majority of human beings are inherently good. Humanity evolved from deeply violent, primitive origins, where we fought over scarce resources. But we now possess the unique capacity to choose creation, connection, and love over destruction. The required operating system is clear. Expand your dimensions to break bottlenecks, upgrade your bandwidth, eliminate toxic subsidies, protect your baseline expectations, and optimize for joy. Look at your own life through the lens of a hardcore engineer. Eliminate the bottlenecks holding you back, and build a reality that actually inspires you.